Well, tonight I'm not as tired as I usually am. So let's just do a quick recap of my day. Um, I got up early in the morning, as I always do. Today I had to go to the bank and get a new ATM card. I also had to pull out $200 from my bank account. I stopped it at pull out and sex thing. I had to pull out $200 from my bank account to subsist for. God damn, my nose is just full of shit. But I had to pull out $200 from my bank account so that I had enough for the trip down to Mansfield, Massachusetts for TotalCon, which we're heading down in about 24 hours. When I get home, I will be packing up all of my things, or not all of my things, but as much of my stuff as possible, and heading back. I'm going to meet up with Nero. We're going to get a bite to eat. Maybe go see a movie. I recommended Die Hard because I heard it was out, and I wanted to see it. So I'm going to try to clean up my apartment as best I can, because apparently my father has informed me that the landlord lady is making a walkthrough. So I'm going to have everything packed up, cleaned up as best I possibly can. I'm going to pay for March's rent while I look for a place. So there is that. I have to tell Joe about that one, so once my phone charges back up. I'm also hopefully going to be winning the TotalCon's Iron GM. I threw that in there because I have I forgot what I was going to say. Let's see, what other fun things? I got my taxes back. Apparently I don't get my actual return until the 1st of March, because I got it on a little Ghetto Fabulous card. Lost about 30, 40 bucks just to put it on that, which is okay. It's on the little card thing. I still have it. So my weekend is all but planned. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully it's fun. I got a few games that I've been wanting to try out. That hopefully I'm in on. Wasn't able to get on any of Andre's games, but hopefully I get to sit down, talk shop, maybe smoke a little weed with him. Well, that's just about it, actually. I'm going to jump on Merc and chat up my friends on Cobalt Hill, and we will talk of things. This is what happens when I have nothing else to talk about. I don't talk about the weather, which all old people do. Old people are really fucking useless, aren't they? I mean, I've encountered a bunch of them today at work, and I've never seen a group of people more dedicated, as I've said before, to being completely ignorant, but yet in the same breath telling you how much smarter and more wise they are than you, because they're older. Which your age does not denote your wisdom. You can be a complete fucking nobody, and you can go, well, I'm older than you, so my experience is more valuable. Well, what if from the age of 3 to 33 you traveled the entire world, you eaten and dined and slept in the same company as some of the wisest men in the world. You've breathed in their lessons. You've ruminated and thought and contemplated on all of their, great wisdom. And you talk to this guy who's older than you, and he says, well, because I have grown up in a very comfortable time, which basically it is. If you were born from 1940 to 1950, you were born in the best possible time for life expectancy. Your parents did everything good. The boomer cocksuckers, you guys are fucking useless. So, everyone that's turning 70 or 80 right now, unless you were in Vietnam, you're useless. You're fucking useless. You had everything handed to you, and now that you're old, you think that because your grandparents or your parents and grandparents got it and deserved it, you think you do. Well, you haven't done anything. You haven't done anything of significance. Again, unless you were in Vietnam or Korea or one of those. So, I never quite get how the baby boomer generation justifies the fact. It's like, well, we should get a senior citizens discount. You're being discounted for something that everybody does. Growing old. Well, we've gotten this far. There's no challenge to survive. It's not like we have a natural predator out there that's picking us off one by one. And so a 60-year-old man is something to be, oh no, you reached 60? Fuck you. There are people reaching 80 right now. It's not a huge thing for people, except in my family. My family doesn't reach 65. So, I find it funny and almost a little irritating, actually. A lot of irritating and a little funny that people make such demands of like, well, you should have a senior citizens discount. Well, did you fight in a war? No. I was a reservist. Well, then you fucking don't deserve it. You lazy, lazy asshole. You know, this is not free meal day. So, I mean, I do not get old people. You can't, in the same breath that you tell me your age has made you intelligent, then turn around and say your age is what stops you from learning something like using a computer that would age you in today. You'd rather live the next 15 to 20 years of your life in blissful ignorance. So everyone's just got to go along with the fact that because you say you're older and smarter, that we have to fake it. And, well, geez, asshole, you grew up with all this stuff too. I mean, it happened in the prime of your life. Computers that have been around since the 80s. That was 30 fucking years ago. So, 30 years ago, you guys were in your 30s. You guys were my age. So, the big problem is now I'm learning new stuff. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck did you do during your 30s? Nothing. You didn't do anything. Because you're boomer cocksuckers. That's all you fucking did, is sucked up all the wealth. That's why we're not, every baby boomer that comes in and says that's like, oh, well, don't worry, I've got retirement, you'll be fine. It's like, no, my generation will not be fine. My generation will not have Social Security. My generation will not have any kind of, we have to have kids because those kids have to take care of us. And it's selfish and horrible to wish that on a child. To say, I am having you so that when I get old, I will not die in a fucking retirement home with some guy diddling my balls and selling my wife out to people who like to fuck semi-comatose geriatrics. And it's like, you're lucky. You grew up in a world of plenty. Well, that world of plenty doesn't exist for us. It won't exist for us. When in the next 32 years, if I survive double my lifespan right now, I will have nothing. I will still be working, which is why I've got to do stand-up. So, baby boomers, stop telling us how much better we have it now, because we're about to get fucked. And why? Because you didn't do anything.